Well, Paul George never ceases to amaze me, man. And I don't mean that in a good way. I really don't mean that shit in a good way, y'all. So if you haven't heard, here's the breakdown. I'm trying to make this real short and simple, straight to the point. But before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every one of y'all hit that like button and drop a comment below. Now, Paul George just went on All the Smoke podcast, the podcast on Showtime with Matt Barnes, former NBA player, and Stack, right? And he had some choice words about, the Clippers struggles and shit like that, right? So, without further ado, before I get into what I gotta say about this whole shit, and what's up, Afflict Boy? I see you in the chat. I appreciate you for rocking with me tonight. I told you I was coming right back on, man. I ain't playing around no more. But before I get into what I'm about to get into, I want y'all to listen to this interview. And that's just a soundbite. It's a little snippet of what Paul George had to say about the Clippers' struggles. Gotta let this ad go through real quick. All right, here we go.
Room and stuff was a little rougher than we thought it would be. You guys seem to make it work and put it together as much as you can. What do you guys feel like, obviously, with the letdown of last season? What do we in store for this upcoming season, personally from you, but from a team as a whole?
For me, because a lot of people don't know, I work out and I train hard every summer, right? This was the first summer I wasn't able to do that because I had this past summer going into last season was the first summer I wasn't able to do that because I had shoulder surgery. So I missed a whole summer of training. And so when I came back, the team was already, rolling. They already got, we started off okay, but we didn't start off as well as we wanted to. But I feel like they already had a little chemistry going. And so when I came into the mix, I missed I missed that time in the summer of playing pickup ball, hooping, getting a rhythm, getting a flow, working on my game. The timing right. So when I came back into the league and started playing again, I just felt off. Like I didn't feel like a part of the team. And then, the way I was being used, I felt like I was, Doc was trying to play me as like a Ray Allen or like a JJ Redick, like all pin downs, all like I can do it, but that ain't my game. Right. You know what I mean? I need some flow. I need some mixes of pick and rolls. I need some post ups, all that, just different touches. You know what I mean? And so it was just, that last season was just hard overall. But I think for this year, everybody's starting off on a healthy page. We're starting off on the same page. Me and Kawhi gonna get some time together working out. I think everything is just not rushed going into this season. I felt last year everything was kind of
it happened for a reason. I think y'all gonna benefit from that because going through the wars and the struggles and the ups and downs I went through in the bubble, now y'all coming out to start again with a new coach, with a fresher minded coach, with a guy who y'all probably could communicate more with because he's more close to our age and we kind of, we come from that same era. But I think y'all benefit from those hard times. Y'all come together more this year because y'all started from scratch.
Right.
Being in training camp together, it makes a big difference, bro.
Right.
It makes a big difference for a team going together. And once y'all get that, I think y'all be fine.
Right.
And I just think to understand, you got to think for the first time, the Clippers were picked to win a championship. When was the last time you ever heard that?
Right.
So a lot of added pressure on that. And then, like you said, not being able to gain that chemistry from the jump. And people can say what they want. Chemistry is the key to winning championships. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. The chemistry's got to be there,
right?
At least while you're playing, and to not have that was tough, But I was someone who picked you guys. I thought you guys were built to beat who we thought was going to be in the West Finals, and I'm sure you felt the same way. How tough was it going in and having that lead on Denver, and then seeing them walk y'all down and walk y'all out pretty much?
Yeah, it was tough because we was confident. We felt like we went up 3-1. We felt like. We gonna win the next one. We lost. We like cool. We up 3-2. Okay. We gonna win the next one. We lost. But during that whole process, like we never worked on adjustments. We never worked on what to do differently. We just literally having the same shit happen over and over again. So it started to play a trick on you. Like, man, like what's going on? Like, we talking amongst each other. Like the conversations is like, no, we gonna be all right. The conversation should have been like, nah, we need to change this. Yeah, we need to switch this up. So we wasn't like at the end of the day. I don't think we deserved it. We wasn't prepared enough going into it. Just us making adjustment standpoint. We wasn't prepared. We didn't put the work into it. It was kind of just like, yo, we got PG, we got Quad, we got Lou, Trez.
Yeah.
Like we gonna be straight. We gonna figure it out.
All that shit on paper looks good.
It
but like
look
we
good,
said, man,
but
it's
man, you don't like. And I related to like we didn't practice during the whole year, and that's hard to do when you putting a fresh new group of guys.
together.
Yes, sir.
Because the problems you have during games, those shits can get ironed out in practice. You know what I mean? You're going to bump heads.
Wait a minute. Okay, now that was Paul George on All the Smoke podcast with Matt and Stack, right? So once again, shout out to Afflict. I'll see you in the chat, boy. But here are my thoughts about this. In that whole little entire soundbite, correct me if I'm wrong or not, y'all, but Paul George failed to accept any blame for his own play. Because say what you want about Doc Rivers, and hell, I think he's a choker as a coach. And I feel like he's always had great talented teams like those Boston Celtics teams and like this Clippers team that he had before this. And then the teams with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, right? But my Lord, Paul George is 6'8", 220-something pounds, has a handle, has a jumper, can get to the cup at will, can defend. He can do it in a post. He is one of, if not the best two-way players in today's game. When healthy, right? So what does the schematics have to do with you saying, you know what, fuck what the coach talking about. Let me go get a bucket. I know you're running pin downs and flash screens and you think I'm Ray Allen, Doc, but that ain't my game. Fuck that, Kawhi. Give me the ball and let me ISO. When is he going to take ownership? Because, I mean, goddamn, y'all, I've never seen a star. And I think Paul George is a superstar. I still do. He has superstar talent. He doesn't have the superstar makeup mentally, but athletically, skill-wise, he's a superstar on both ends, right? But I've never seen a guy with so much talent melt under the pressure the way that he does. Have you guys ever seen a dude wide open and clanks it off the side of the backboard with his kind of skill? I'll wait. I'll fucking wait. I haven't seen it, man. So he want to deflect the blame and say, oh, we didn't practice enough or we didn't have chemistry. Well, whose fault is that? Because correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't you and Kawhi doing load management because you had a bum shoulder and Kawhi had a bum knee, right? So don't try to turn around and flip it and use that shit as an excuse to say, oh, this is why we blew a 3-1 lead. Because we couldn't iron out our issues in practice. You motherfuckers didn't want to practice. That was the problem. That's why y'all had Lou Will feeling a certain type of way. That's why y'all had Big Trez feeling a certain type of way. You know, Shamit a certain type of way. Hell, I'm pretty sure Doc felt a certain type of way. Because how the hell are you going to prepare and get that kind of chemistry that you're talking about if you guys don't even show up to the fucking game ready to play? I mean, it's being reported that Kawhi is living in San Diego. He ain't even living in LA. They got to wait on him to go on their damn road trips. Like, what kind of shit is this? Now, we know that Kawhi and Uncle Dennis was going to come with some fuck shit because look at how they handled the free agency. Look at it. And rightfully so. Kawhi's one of the top 5 or 6 players in the league. I'm not taking nothing away from Kawhi. But hey, we're grown men. Our time is important too, you know. I got kids. I got a girl, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of shit going on. So why does he get this privilege and we don't? Like, and then on top of that, not only are we waiting on this dude to show up, but when he does show up, he going on these road trips and he ain't even playing? Really? I mean, huh? Who does that? So, of course, the Clippers and the role players and the players that were there before them, Patrick Beverly, you know, the list goes on and on. It's going to feel a certain type of way, which is why, what's up, Robert? Shout out to you in the chat. What's up, boy? Appreciate you for tuning in, man. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Paul George right now. But sticking to the topic, I know they would feel a certain type of way because, for one, they're NBA players and they're men. They have families, they have wives, they have kids. They got shit that they want to do too. But you're going to let these dudes bend the rules and show up when they want to show up and play when they want to play? Like, come on, man. So it was only a matter of time before people like Montrezl Harrell got fed up. But this shit right here that we just listened to, y'all, is weak. And this is why I said last night on the last episode, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. I said that Paul George is the biggest choker in the NBA. And it's for reasons like this, because at least when Harden fuck up, he don't have no excuse. Harden just goes to the club and party. You know what I'm saying? You might see Harden in a club, you know what I'm saying, doing this shit and partying with Lil Baby and all them rappers or Meek Mill or whatever. He ain't got time to make excuses. But Paul George, oh my God, he's going to make excuses. I mean, this dude can have a hangnail and is going to use that as an excuse why he fucked up. Why he can't buy a basket, why he can't defend. Fuck your offense. What about your defense? You are supposed to be one of the perennial defenders in the NBA. There's Jimmy Butler, there's Kawhi Leonard, and there's Paul George, Patrick Beverly, LeBron James. I'm going to still throw him in there. Anthony Davis. There is only a short list of guys who can defend at a high level. And Paul George is one of them. But when Jamal Murray had it going, and he's only 6'3", by what, $190? You or Kawhi couldn't stop him? I mean, really? And y'all want to pin this on Doc? And then Kawhi, to make matters worse, after the season, he want to say what? Oh, we need a point guard. Oh, we need a point guard. And Robert said, okay. He said Clippers are going to be in Houston Rockets. I don't know. But if are you asking me that if Paul George is going to be traded to Houston for James Harden? I don't know. I like how you threw that out there, though. That would be a pretty damn good deal for both parties, because I think James Harden needs to go. And speaking of James Harden, it has been reported that he preferred to play with John Wall over Russell Westbrook. But I thought Russ was your man. You know, y'all grew up together. Y'all was partners in high school. Y'all played in OKC. Y'all both said y'all were sacrificing and willing to make the shit work. But only after a year, y'all blow it up like Russ wants out and James wants Wall, a dude that practically does the same shit as Russ. To me, that doesn't make any sense. And to be honest with y'all, that makes James Harden look bad. That makes him look really bad because he didn't get along with Dwight Howard. He didn't get along with Chris Paul. He didn't get along with Russ. They scapegoated Carmelo Anthony out the fucking league for what, 2.5 years? And lo and behold, Daryl Morey is out. D'Antoni is out. The only remaining prospect and party on the team is who? Do I have to spell it out for y'all? And I hate to say this because I'm not hating. I'm a James Harden fan. He is my second favorite player in the league to watch. But enough is enough. And if he endorsed this or gave management or the owner the stamp of approval to make this boneheaded move, not to get better, I'm done. I'm done with James Harden. He doesn't want to win. He doesn't want to win. If he doesn't go to management and say, look, I want out, I'm done with him. He don't want to win. He just want to put up numbers. He want to score 50 to 60 points with triple doubles and shit. And, you know, go home in the first or the second round. That's it. He said, no, sorry. Or I think they might blow it up. Yeah, I said that 2 months ago, bro. I said they need to blow it up. It's over. That whole little experiment with small ball and not having a big, let alone in the Western Conference where you got to go up against Jokic, AD, okay, KP, Nurkic. Shall I continue? DeAndre Ayton is coming. Like, these dudes ain't going nowhere. So, I mean, it was so bad, y'all, that James Harden had to guard Anthony Davis in the playoffs at times. If it wasn't PJ Tucker guarding bigs, it was James Harden. Now, you're already asking this man to score 40 to 50 points, get by 10 assists a game, play on both ends, right? And then he got to guard a big. Come on, man. I mean, come on, bro. So, yeah, I've been saying that, Robert. I think they need to blow the shit up. It's over. But sticking to the Clippers, I think the Clippers are going to have to move Lou Will or Paul George. I don't think that dynamic is going to mix because these dudes are already pissed off with Kawhi and Paul George getting this preferential treatment. And that's just my thoughts. But this shit right here that I just listened to on All the Smoke, I'm disappointed in Matt and Stack. And I'm going to tell you why. Because these dudes want to be like, act like they keep it real and they're going to ask the questions and, you know, they're not the old media, right? But they sat up there and let this dude say all that bullshit and didn't say nothing. Didn't say, hey, well, I think you could have played better, bro. You know, regardless of what was going on, I think you could have played better. You could have made more shots. You could have got to the free throw line or something. Something, but don't just say, oh, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. I think they be too high. I honestly feel like they be too fucking high. Because if that was me, E Thriller, aka Ham Rothstein on that show, I would have been like, well, you know what, Paul George? I hear where you're coming from, bro, but what about you shooting off the side of the backboard? Did Doc Rivers make you do that, or did you do that? And then, Robert, you said Harden should have left or demand a trade as soon as they left the bubble. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've been saying that that's the only way he's going to win a championship. He either has to demand a trade to Brooklyn, Philly, or try to muscle his way to Golden State. That's the only way. I don't see where else he can go to win right now. I don't see it. It's too many teams out there. For him to stay in Houston, there's no fucking way he's going to win. Not right now. No. Last year, this past season, was his best opportunity to win with the whole COVID and all that shit going on. But now that has came and went, it's over. James ain't winning no championship in Houston. Y'all can cancel that. It's a wrap, a burrito, finito, over. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Matt and Stack, they disappointed me with this interview, man. But that's just my spiel on it, man. I wanted to come on live to give you guys my opinion. Once again, I want to thank everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to Afflict. Shout out to Robin, man. You always support me. I really appreciate it, bro. I'll be back on tomorrow at another time and another day, talking about whatever else pops up. And once again, if you haven't done so, hit that like button, smash it, man. Smash it. I need you guys' help. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified each and every time I go live or post a video. Holla at your boy. I'm gone. One.